doing? How did you get out? Are they barking at you? Yeah. Horse in a coat. Does that feel good, butterscotch? Better find an offering. Butterscotch only likes you if you feed him. I don't like this either. Here you go, bud. Yeah. Not a big fan, huh? No, not your fave. Oh, you're so muddy. No, I smell like sunscreen. You want more? Smell like wet horse.
Hello, my name is Casey Snow, and welcome to my new studio. So as some of you know, I had to move out of my old space last year because of COVID. The business I was renting my old space from actually shut down, and I had to move out. Was given very short notice to make that happen, which was a little scary. But thankfully, I was able to find this place within a relatively short amount of time, and moved everything in and got it all set up, and it looks really different now. And I've been meaning to show you guys what it looks like now and what's changed, what's the same, but it unfortunately took me a bit longer than I wanted to get this video together. Sorry about that, but I'm glad we're here now and I'm excited to show you around, so let's go ahead and take a peek.
Alright, here we go. Ta-da! So, this is my studio. I'm gonna give a brief tour just to show you around. See what's going on in here. So my couch, very important. It's kind of covered in some stuff from the owners of the property right now, but it is very comfy. I've got this nice table that they weren't using that they're letting me use for art projects and things. So that's really nice for traditional media. It's really big, obviously, so there's lots of room for the big pieces of paper that I've got. Here's my very fancy light. It's, I got this, I think, right at the end of having my last studio space. But yeah, this is nice in the evening. It's very adjustable. My friend gave it to me. She didn't want it anywhere for her studio space. Just kind of got some art supplies and various cabinets of things. A lot of the contents of these drawers haven't really changed a whole lot, so I'm not going to go into a ton of detail about what's in each of these boxes. Most of it's relatively similar. I've just, changed a few things. Tons of portfolio things from like college and high school. Various canvases that I plan on painting over, most of them. Maybe taking with me to shows or just trying to sell online. I've never really done that, but maybe I could try. A little place to hang my little paint shirt and my easel. It's kind of leaning against the wall right now. I haven't really done any painting in a bit, but there's my stool I use if I do decide to pull that out. This is really handy in winter. It's my heater. There's a little floor heater that I put under my chair, kind of by my feet. It gets kind of cold in here. I mean, it is an insulated space, but not like a home would be, so it still does get pretty chilly. Yeah, my bulletin board, it's pretty much got the same old type things on it that I had before. Yeah, digital space, obviously working on, this is gonna really date this video probably, but I'm working on some mer animals for Mermay, which I have already missed at this point, unfortunately, but that's okay. My desk, a chair, a little setup. Oh, I stepped on something. I don't know what that was. Yep, trash, recycle, box fan for ventilation if I need it, if I get out some oils or something. This is a relatively recent addition I'm pretty excited about. Unfortunately, my old mini fridge died, and I was able to get this new one from somebody for free because that freezer door drops down and I didn't want it. But it like works, you know, it's ice in there. I don't keep snacks and, you know, emergency food and stuff in here. So that's really handy to have. A little aquatainer for water. It's for hand washing station because there's no plumbing in here. It's a little drip pan for the soapy water. And the AC. So just actually just hooked this up the other day. Seems to be working great. Keeps it nice and cool in here. Yeah, calendar. I don't know. Got little tiny windows. Yeah, that's basically the space. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail in a minute. All that stuff over there is stuff that's from the owners of the property. They just kind of store things back here. It's a big homestead property. And the wife of the couple, she sometimes comes in and does a little bit of art herself, and that's actually why I was able to get this deal. They're renting it to me for really cheap just because she wanted to, like if she came in here, like have another artist to work with. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, they're not in here often. I think I've seen them only in here like 2 or 3 times. So I get free reign of the whole area. It's really nice. But yeah, I guess I'll just kind of quickly, if anyone's interested, go into a little bit of what's going on here. This is mostly office supplies and things. Nothing super interesting in there. Some sculptures that I need to finish. Some of you might recognize a few of these. I did a couple of these on stream a while back. I've sold most of my other sculptures at this point. That's more or less all that's left. If I ever go back to another convention or something, I'll probably try and sell the others. But yeah, wish I could find time to sculpt more and find more clients to sell them to, because I really don't have anywhere to store them. But this first drawer of this cabinet, pretty much the same as last time. It's mostly scrap papers and yeah, various patterned papers that I think are interesting. Got some Pokemon pages someone gave me. It's kind of funny. Yeah, like watercolor paper things and such in there I want to play with. Now that I have this big table and everything kind of set up, I'm excited to dig into that. There's my paper cutter. Got my little pencil shavings trash can. Oh, and the router, you know, because I get internet in here. It's actually much faster than my old place, which is really exciting. Oh, and this bottom drawer is just kind of like old art that's by me, or there's some art in there like from friends. So there's a canvas I want to paint over from when I was teaching. It's from like 2012 or something. Yeah, just some like sample watercolor board. Might be fun to play with. Most of that's just old sketches and stuff. I don't really want to look at them because they're not fun. I don't really know what to do with them. My art books. I would love to do maybe a video someday if anyone's interested of like my favorite art books. I wish I had more room because there's so many more that I want to own, but there's a lot of good, yeah, just great reference and great inspirational books in here. Yeah, it's kind of exciting. So like I mentioned earlier, this is mostly just, I really am not going to look at any of these because they're bad. You know, this giant water bottle from college. A lot of these are from college, but some are high school, some are more recent. That back there is my backdrop for when I do conventions. So that's kind of the only place I can find to put it, more or less. And yeah, nothing super interesting over there. Hopefully, like I said, one day I'll paint over some of these and start, I don't know, putting them around. So, the art shelf. This is probably the biggest hub for my traditional media stuff. You may notice these milk crates. I don't know if you have watched my other video, and if you'd like to, feel free, it's on my channel. But I used to use those milk crates to actually hold up my desk. As you can see, I've recently upgraded to some filing cabinets. So now the milk crates are just, holding things, which is probably a little better. So it's mostly packaging material up there for when I ship sculptures, or if I go to a show and I want to package a sculpture. Just some old books from when I was a kid. This is actually an old comic. One of my Patreon tier rewards, if we ever get there, would be to actually go through that comic and I guess I could pull that out and just show you. Might be kind of interesting. I'll just show you the first few pages. It's really bad. It's from 7th grade, but a friend of mine and I had a math class together, and we decided that the best use of our time in this math class would not be to pay attention to math, but it would be to make a comic about a dragon. So obviously, the story of a dragon, apparently, is what we decided to call it. I just call it the dragon story. But it's a bunch of really bad old artwork of mine. And if you'd ever be, oh gosh, I used to draw variations of this dragon all the time. That was like, I don't know, my entire 7th grade experience, and 6th grade was just that dragon, but different types of horns. But yeah, if you're ever interested in looking at these horribly drawn, very, imaginatively named dragons, check out my Patreon. Because I would love to make that, well, I don't know, love is a strong word. I wouldn't love to make that video because it's really embarrassing, but I'd be willing to make the video. So anyway, that's up there for if that ever happens, and also because I think it's funny to pull out sometimes. That's really all that's up there, I think. Some old sketchbooks, storage, and just some extra packaging boxes, really. This is my oversized papers, various watercolor papers that I would love to figure out how to use effectively someday. Giant sketch pads, charcoal paper, that kind of thing. Blanket for the winter, and also my convention tablecloths for when I do that. I do plan on doing that again someday, just not sure when. Yeah, like I said, I'm not really going to go into each of these tubs, but it's pretty. There's nothing super new in any of these. If you want to see me go through them, just check out my old video. I don't think I put anything else in here. Yeah, just miscellaneous supplies. We got markers, pencils, pastels, charcoals, some more markers. Here's my laminator for when I do cons. And my milk crates. Let's see what's in here. I think it's just containers for paint and like turpentine. There's like a thing to keep paint wet. Yeah, mostly turpentine, some mixing bowls, gesso, that kind of thing. I need to probably use a lot of that up and get some new stuff, because most of that is, actually a lot of this stuff is from college, although I can't get it back in. Guys, 1 second. Alright. I think I saved these. I'm probably need to put these somewhere else. I saved them for like storage for conventions. A bunch of sandwich boxes I got from a sandwich kit. I don't know. I thought they might be useful. I might throw them out sometime. Here's my watercolor box. Mostly tube watercolors in there, but there's a few of the traditional kinds. Some oil paints. I'm not going to open those though, because they smell really strong. Really old Christmas ornament project that I started and probably should finish at some point. I'm not sure if I'm gonna. I might just give it to some people with kids. It's just like a flour and salt with a cookie cutter, and you bake them, and then you paint them. Thought about also taking those to a convention maybe later in the year. Paint supplies, paint soap, brushes that are crappy. Yeah, airbrush that I use mostly when I am sculpting for the painting job. That's the primary purpose of the airbrush, which honestly I haven't pulled that out in a while. Probably in over a year, because I haven't airbrushed anything. There's the Sculpey oven. I use that just for firing sculptures. There's my lovely broom. Yeah, because you're not supposed to fire sculptures in a conventional oven because it releases toxins that are potentially harmful. So I make sculptures in that, and that's all that gets made in there. Never make food in that. So yeah, there's the Sculpey box. It's got my camera on it that I usually film these videos in. I'm trying something new this time, using my phone, because that camera is from like 2010, and it's just really not high quality video. So I'm gonna attempt to use, a little wider screen here. Shaky shake. Yeah. Oh, I really want to do this someday too. So I got into like the idea of doing molds and casting. So this is like a bunch of resin and like mold release and stuff. I would love to someday in a bag. I would love to someday get into that. I just haven't had time to figure out a project for that. Paint cloth, tripod for my phone when I'm streaming. That's what that is. And then yeah, bottom shelf is acrylic. I think the only thing I want to show off here is it did take me a little bit of time. I did this before I left my old studio. Is I went through and like put the color of the paint on the outside of the tube facing up so I can actually see what it is. And it's made it a lot easier when I have gotten into these to just know what I'm going for. If you do any kind of painting, I would highly recommend that. I saw another artist do it. I was like, oh, that's a great idea. Another display thing for cons sitting up there. I'm not going to pull this stuff out, but it's all just like con stuff with like hooks, and there's a few sculptures in there I think that are flat. And here's my box of like merchandise. I did a bunch of sticker sheets recently. Definitely want to invest maybe someday in getting a Cricut. I think that's how you say it. Because I'd love to do more sticker sheets, but I cut these all out by hand, and like you really can't tell because it's in the bag probably, but they're like, I mean, kind of see the little line around the horses, but basically I just got an X-Acto knife and sat down for 2 days and cut out like hundreds of sticker pages. So that took a long time, and I really don't want to do that by hand again. Just some prints left over from my last show, some old business cards, that kind of thing. Hopefully I'll get back into conventioning soon, but for now, they just live there. Yeah, there's some old clay, like low-fire white clay. Eventually I would love to use that stuff up, but we'll see. I've hung onto it since college and really haven't touched it, so yeah, I may just end up throwing it out. If anyone, wants some low-fire white clay, it was just like $50, and I hate to get rid of it, but that was also a while ago. I did find someone who has a kiln, they just haven't had time to sculpt. I think that's just more convention storage back there. So yeah, that's the art shelf. Sorry for that spin around. Yeah. The setup in the drawers is kind of the same as last time, but I'll go ahead and just give you a brief glimpse. This is mostly papers, I think. Yeah. Just like some reference pictures, some tape, various papers. I try not to put anything flammable. Well, I guess paper is kind of flammable, but like I don't want anything to get too hot over here, so I actually had all my technology stuff over here at first. But in the winter, this heater blows directly onto the side of the filing cabinets, and I just didn't want them to get overheated or damaged. I also move my cords in the winter so that they don't get melty, because it does get kind of hot in that corner. But I do have these are partially started sketchbooks and brand new sketchbooks. I have so many, and I really need to start going through them. These are the ones that are partially started. I need to just finish, and yeah. So that's a problem. If anybody has any sketchbook ideas for me, let me know. Really need an excuse to draw in them. Yeah, this is just miscellaneous utensils. I've got some silverware, tissues for blowing my nose because it's cheaper. The whole drift mock-up, some business cards, some things. Just this is kind of my general catch-all plates stuff. I forgot to show you. I have a microwave. I actually just got a microwave. It is over there in that corner. Very excited about it, so I can have food now. That isn't granola bars, which is awesome. And of course the technology drawer. It's a little messy, sorry about that, guys. Mostly just cables, and this is all for backing up files, so it's just external hard drives for the most part. And not very exciting, but I do not want it to get hot, so it is over here. Like I said, box fan, trash can, recycling, fridge. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you like it. I sure like it. I think it's a great place, and I love working in it, and I'm looking forward to doing some more things to it, and hopefully doing another video update if I change a lot of stuff. We'll see. We'll see what the future holds. Yeah.
Alright, well, that's it for my studio tour. Thanks for coming along. I hope you enjoyed it. As you can see, it's a lot bigger than my old space. I think it's awesome. I love it so much. I love the location. Surrounded by animals all the time. Super awesome for me. And yeah, I like I said, hope you had fun, and I hope to bring you a lot more content from this space. Some of you may know I stream from here quite a bit. This is kind of my stream setup right here. If you aren't already following me on Twitch and you'd like to catch some art streams, feel free to do so. You can find me there at Casey Snow Art, or you can join my Discord. I'll put a link in the description below this video, and then you can hop on there and you'll get notifications that way too. Or you can just hang out and chat. I like chatting with people. It's nice and fun. But yeah, like I said, thanks for joining, and hope to see you soon. Bye! If you're interested in checking out more of my work, you can head over to my Instagram to see sketches and works in progress, that sort of thing. I also have art accounts on both Facebook and Twitter. All three of them are under the username Casey Snow Art. A special thanks to my patrons who have made this video possible. And thank you to you for watching it until the end. Later, guys!